Today's program is brought to you by OTCStockShark.com. For the latest and greatest OTC and Pink Sheets information, sign up for your account at OTCStockShark.com. Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano. In U.S. News Today, the California governor's race is on track to be the most expensive non-presidential election in U.S. history, sparking a debate over money and influence that could become the campaign's defining issue. Republican frontrunner Meg Whitman, the billionaire former CEO of online auction house eBay Incorporation, will likely face off in November against a Democrat, Jerry Brown, a former governor and career politician backed by labor unions with millions of dollars in potential contributions at their disposal. The race so far is in comparison to the $1 billion 2008 presidential contest, but Whitman has said she is prepared to spend $150 million, enough to top the $148 million spent 8 years ago in the New York election won by Republican George Pataki. Whitman's benchmark would also eclipse billionaire New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg's 2009 $108 million self-funded campaign. Whitman has already poured $39 million of her own funds into her campaign, while State Insurance Commissioner Steve Poizner, his rival for the Republican nomination, has sunk $19 million of his personal wealth into the race. Voters are still making up their minds. A television advertising blitz by Whitman has helped propel her to a 49 percentage point lead over Poizner and turned her double-digit deficit against Brown into a 3 percentage point lead in the latest field polls. Brown, who was California's governor from 1975 to 1983 and is now state attorney general, has about $14 million cash on hand. That would seem to put him at a disadvantage, lacking the deep pockets of his Republican foes and limited by state caps on the amount he can raise from individual donors. But California campaign finance laws allow unlimited contributions to independent committees, giving Democratic parties such as unions concern about possible pension fund overhauls under a Republican governor, with plenty of room to spend. Two unions top a list of 15 organizations, including energy companies, casino-operating Indian tribes, and business groups that together spent $1 billion on ballot initiative campaigns, candidate support, and lobbying in the past 10 years, according to the state's Fair Political Practices Commission. Now over to Brandon with today's international news.
Thanks again, Angie. In today's international news, European public broadcasters are calling on lawmakers to make it easier to offer their programming over the internet, saying cumbersome copyright practices restrict their ability to develop new digital services and prolong the fragmentation of the European television landscape. The European Broadcasting Union, which represents public television and radio providers, said its proposals were intended to push cross-border online video services which have been slow to develop in Europe. The broadcasters want to streamline a copyright system that requires them to obtain separate agreements from actors, directors, and musicians, as well as others, if they want to use programs on the internet. Under the proposal, rights deals, which cover digital use much as they already do for cable and satellite broadcasting, broadcasters say the burden of identifying all the copyright holders discourages them from putting content online. That barrier has impeded the development of a popular catch-up service that offer, for example, a week's worth of scheduled television programming on demand. Under the proposal, a broadcaster could potentially offer programs online across the 27-member European Union after clearing the rights in a single member country. But the changes would not remove a bigger barrier to cross-border broadcasting. It was not immediately clear how the European Commission, which is considering a revision of the copyright rules, would react to the proposals. The Commission, which is expected to introduce legislation this year, has said it wants more audiovisual content to be made available across Europe rather than restricted to individual markets. But European commercial broadcasters have questioned the need for legislation to make more content available across borders. Commercial broadcasters have also clashed with European public broadcasters over investments in new media, saying public financing gives them an unfair advantage in the race to develop digital services.
Ever wish you had sonic hearing? Well, now you can with the amazing Silver Sonic XL from Bell & Howell. Now you can easily hear sounds that other people can't, and even hear conversations from clear across the room.
John is a really nice guy.
Yeah, he is. I hope he's enjoying his surprise party.
The sleek, ergonomically designed Silver Sonic XL is lightweight and small, just like a cell phone ear adapter. Its flexible ear mount easily adjusts to fit all ear shapes and sizes, and the molded ear tip lets it fit you comfortably. And because it resembles a cell phone ear adapter, no one will ever know that you have sonic hearing. Now you can sit in the balcony and hear the orchestra like you're sitting in the front row. Keep track of your kids while they play in the park, and even hear the doorbell when you're working in the backyard. You'll be amazed at how clear and vibrant every sound is. The Bell & Howell Silversonic XL picks up and amplifies sounds from up to 30 yards away. You can watch TV without turning up the volume, and even watch in bed without disturbing others. Your Bell & Howell Silversonic XL amplifies sounds up to 50 decibels. There's a high and low switch to vary the sound intensity, and a volume control so you can set just the level you want. With the Silversonic XL, you might even hear things that may pleasantly surprise you.
Her body is amazing. I wish I could look like that.
Similar products are being sold elsewhere for $40 or more, but through this exclusive TV-only offer, the Bell & Howell Silversonic XL is yours for only $19.95. And just listen to this. When you call, be sure to ask about our deluxe model upgrade that's fully rechargeable and comes with its own charger, so you'll never have to buy another battery again. Get Silversonic XL now and start hearing things you've never heard before. Call now.
To order your Silversonic XL, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-230-7100 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to Silversonic XL, P.O. Box 3700, Palm Desert, California. But for quicker service, call 1-800-230-7100.
In entertainment news, Michael Jackson is coming to Broadway whether his estate likes it or not. Nederlander Presentation has filed a creditor's claim, but it's not asking for money. Nederlander wants the probate judge to tell the executors they have no choice but to honor a contract Michael Jackson inked in 2008 for a musical stage play featuring music from Thriller and Off the Wall. The production hit a major road bump last year when John Landis sued Michael Jackson, claiming Michael couldn't make a deal for his musical without his sign-off. Landis directed Thriller, but that suit is pending.
In today's financial news, after pledging to mend its profligate ways, Greece took a crucial step last week towards raising the billions needed to pay its bills and contain the crisis threatening the euro, even as members of a large labor union occupied the offices of the finance ministry in Athens last week to protest the proposed budget cuts. The Greek government won a vote of confidence for its plans in the credit markets. With many investors expecting Greece's richer neighbors to come to the nation's aid, Athens easily sold 5 billion euros of 10-year bonds. The sale went far better than expected as investors sought to buy 3 times the amount of the bonds being offered. Still, in order to lure buyers, Greece agreed to pay an annual interest rate of 6.37%, twice the rate on comparable German bonds. Athens seized the opportunity to raise the money after announcing last Wednesday that it would cut spending and raise taxes, a move that eased concern over its runaway budget deficit. The news from Greece eased pressure on several other indebted European nations. Spain, whose debts have become a major concern, completed a 4.5 billion euro bond issue last Thursday. The Spanish and Greek offerings represent the first major calls on the bond market by southern European nations since concern over those countries' gaping budget deficits gripped the world's markets. The Greek Prime Minister, Mr. Papandreou, is betting that most Greeks will support his austerity measures. As opinion polls suggest, he is also wagering that union unrest will diminish over time as it becomes clear that the government will not backtrack from its commitments. The Greek government was careful to market the deal towards investors not looking for short-term profit. It remained unclear to what extent these investors would continue to invest in the coming months. They also intend to use the proceeds of the bond sale to pay debt coming due in the next few months. Even with the success of the bond sale, the challenges for Greece remain daunting. The government must raise an additional 20 billion euros in the next 2 months.
In fashion news today, Beyoncé is catching a whiff of the sweet smell of success. The singer's first fragrance, Heat, is burning up the shelves with $3 million in sales during its first month out, according to People Style Watch. That includes 72,000 bottles sold in a single hour when Beyoncé made an in-store appearance at Macy's, where Heat is exclusively sold. The scent is a warm floral blend of magnolia, neroli, and blush peach. In 2008, the average celebrity fragrance generated just $2.5 million over the entire year. With numbers like $3 million, a second fragrance from the single ladies crooner may not be far behind.
Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.